So today we will look deeper into first, basically all NVIDIA, at least what they revealed in their last stadium filling revelations, like their presentations, etc. And second, about interactive robots, because these are the two main things that are more than just rumors, etc., from the last days in developments in the AI space that will be probably relevant in the next 3 to 5 years as well. So let's dive deep in. First, again, NVIDIA. Actually, it's mind blowing for me what they revealed, what they released, what they said will be released at least in the next few months, etc. There's this article which is just one part which represents basically the whole thing. It's very worth to look. There's a 16 minutes like key analysis video somewhere out there on the internet. I think it was from CNET or something, CDNet or whatever, where they just had the highlights back to back comprised and comprimed together in one video. I think at least this is very, very worth watching, because they released new chips, new chip technology, new prices for the stuff, efficiencies, a whole new robot program, etc. It was crazy. I mean, they filled a whole stadium with it. It was like someone called it the Taylor Swift concert for nerds, basically. Like I've read somewhere that in the stadium were like $200 trillion and plus, just represented in the CEOs and C-level, etc., of people. So I think you can say this was one of these events where we have a slight foreshadowing of how the future will look like in the AI space, in the digital space, computer space, etc. And the bottom line is this? Do they have this here? I didn't even check it now. Bottom line is, or to give a little bit of contrast, GPT-4, Gemini 1.5, Claude 3, blah, 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 blah. They are all trained on 2022 hardware, basically. So not even last year's hardware, not what is coming this year, especially not what like NVIDIA is building here right now. Like NVIDIA said that their chips will be, I don't know what it was exactly, 7 to 30 or something X better, more energy efficient, etc., blah, 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 lots of stuff. Bottom line for me is, even just on the hardware side, this whole thing is not even close to ending, but will get even even faster. Will even take more speed from here on out. So basically, we have AI demos, use cases, blah blah blah. Now there's a lot of money in it. Now you have more investors in it. Now you have more academic capital, talent, blah 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 into it. So the whole space is basically getting hot right now. Like you have more fuel in it, etc. So just one really, really basic thing. If you don't take anything out of this, the whole AI speed, like the development speed and capabilities and whatnot, like whole 9 yards, will probably, like very, very, very probably get even better, like way better and faster. Like even now, just take the whole hardware thing, the whole hardware side out of it. For example, people from OpenAI said they don't even see a ceiling at scaling these things even right now. So even if we won't have this hardware, even if we won't have any breakthroughs or more data or blah, whatever, even if we just do more of the stuff that we have right now, we would probably get way, way better. Like, I don't know, to at least GPT-10 or whatever. But we as well have all these, like more breakthroughs and synthetic data as a big bottleneck, and better hardware, etc. It's a long freaking list. So bottom line, in just one sentence, which this event again represents, in my mind at least perfectly, is this whole thing, like this whole, I don't want to call it hype, actually, because there is a part of it is hype, of course, with everything big like this. But we see results. We see specific use cases. We see business cases, business models, etc., etc. So this whole flaming hot mega trend, maybe that's a little bit more precise. The whole flaming hot mega trend AI will just get even more intense in every way, shape, or form. That's basically what you can take from it. Like in 100 dimensions, probably would take, I don't know, a whole day probably to even discuss all of them, or most of them at least. So just in one sentence, this event is just one very good hallmark waypoint, basically one proof of we are just at the beginning, at the very, very, very beginning, and they're like I don't know, billions and trillions of dollars in it. Goddamn, this year alone will be like 2024 alone will be crazy because of it. Which brings me to point number 2, and I love this, is the interaction with robots. There's this example from Covariant, which I just love to show actually. Like a robot is doing stuff, then a language model understands what the robot is doing, and if he can't do something, like for example, the bottles were in a position where the robot couldn't do anything with it and didn't found any solution on the fly. Now they can take this to a large language model like GPT, basically like translate the problem, and the large language model gives the problem, like the formulated problem from the robot, out to a human, and the human helps with solving the problem. Which, at least in my mind, I don't know, I think it's crazy. Like, first, I think the next level of foundational models, like GPT-5, for example, and something in this ballpark, won't probably even need the human anymore. So basically, just a robot gives the feedback to the LLM, and the LLM will solve it, at least with cases like the one you're seeing here right here right now. But I really think, like for example, if you have a robot that tries to fix things in crash sites or stuff like Chernobyl or etc., 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 where you probably want to have at least, or even you need a human to supervise it because of I don't know, like law claims or whatever. This is a very, very cool step. So again, I think you won't need humans in the like middle to near future for these tasks, but like just the possibility of it is awesome, and there will be use cases where this will be just great. So language aided or language guided programming or interaction between robots or whatever with humans is a great thing, and I can definitely see a lot of use cases in the next 3 to 5 years. Just love the demo, just love the whole mechanism. So I think it's worth sharing it. If you want to see more news like this, I have a newsletter where I distill all the, at least from my perspective, most important news in it. So you can find more case studies and tips and hacks and blah, 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 just in it. We'll link it in the description. Thanks for stopping by. See you in the next one. Bye.